Hello, BookTube. I'm here to do a tag for Tag Tuesday. I was tagged in the Edgar Allan Poe Tag by Greg, another bibliophile reads, and Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics. They created a tag when Alan was visiting Greg, and they visited the Edgar Allan Poe Museum. It's a very short tag. So I'll get to it in a moment. I just want to say that, just to reiterate again, that things are moving along with me for my big move. And my GoFundMe for support, financial support to help with the move. The link is below or through my PayPal. Now, as I say, there's 4 questions here, and what is your favorite Poe story? That's a very difficult question. One, I have yet to read all of Edgar Allan Poe. Now, there were two writers that when I was in my late teens, early 20s, that I realized I never wanted to, or at least I wanted to ration their stories because I didn't want to run out of them. I wanted something new to read every so often. And one was Edgar Allan Poe. The other was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle for the Sherlock Holmes stories. And I screwed up on the Sherlock Holmes stories because I did read them all through. So I only have rereading now. But I've yet to do that with Edgar Allan Poe, so there's a number that I haven't read. But I have many favorites. Fall of House of Usher, The Pit and the Pendulum, The Cask of Amontillado, the case, something in the affair of Monsieur Valdemar or something like that. But I suppose I'm going to go by favorite, the one that I reread the most, and that's Some Words with a Mummy. And it's humorous, and the humor really, really works. In Michael K. Vaughan's video, he said he didn't think the humor worked that well. So I'm not sure if he remembers or has read the Some Words with a Mummy, because that is very funny. And it says a lot about a lot of things. The politics of the time, there's little, as usual, Poe puts in snipes, political things, and other things of the time. So yeah, and I reread that at least once a year, and I've been doing that for forever. And it says, what is your favorite Poe poem? Again, that's a difficult one. Definitely, The Raven is high up there on the list. And I like the ones like he's got a number of poems with dream in the title. The Dream, I think, is one. A Dream Within a Dream. Dreamland. Annabelle Lee is fabulous. The Haunted Palace, I think that's the title of it, is great. I think The Dream is something that I've gone back to. Again, I'm choosing one that I've gone back to many, many times. And The Dream, I think, would be the one. But then I go back to Annabelle Lee a lot too. It's not easy with these to do because there's so many favorites, and it's hard to choose one. Number 3 is, do you have a Poe T-shirt? No, I don't. I'm not opposed to any, but I usually never get any T-shirts of places because they never have my size. I need very large and oversized, and they never have that. So I don't just buy them to collect them. I think I've got a T-shirt somewhere of that was given to me with Metropolis, the silent film Metropolis on. I've never read it because it's way too small, but I think I still have it somewhere. Number 4, how many Poe books do you currently have on your shelves? Well, as you can see, I have nothing on my shelves now, but I will mention the fact that I do have a few. I have a complete collection of the short stories, or the Everyman so-called complete collection of short stories. I've got a nice old collection of the poetry that I think might have one or two of his poetry essays in as well. I have a folio society of Tales of Imagination, I think it's called. It's got some really, really great illustrations in. And then there's a very little copy of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket. I also have massive uh, Library of America is reviews and essays. It's like 1,400 pages. It is phenomenal, and the quality of the writing there is just great. And I've just barely dipped into it over the years that I've had it. And I might actually have the companion volume of the tales and poems. I can't remember, to be honest. I did buy a set of it said complete Poe. It was like 15 volumes, but it was just, it's not complete by any means. And this is the kind of thing, the whole set weighs less than one book. Basically, it was, I don't know what it's made of. It's like the paper is just brown and it's just falling apart. I've kept it because like I've never compared the essays to see if there's anything different in there than in the Library of America one. Once I move and get sorted, I probably will go through it. It's not something I want to keep, but it is readable, and it was kind of pricey, and the way it was described was that it was badly described, wrongly described, fraudulently described, and I got my money back for it eventually. So, and I still have them, so I didn't pay anything for them in the end. And I got a couple paperbacks. I've got Penguin. I got the Penguin, Arthur Gordon Pym. Oh yes, I have this nice sort of selected tales and poems that is annotated. A black one. I can't remember who annotated it, but it's a good one. It was that's really nice. That was a gift, and that is really nice. And I've been dipping into that over the last year or two since I've had it. Yeah, that's probably it. Other than maybe a short story somewhere in a collection, that's probably it. But yeah, so that is the Edgar Allan Poe tag, and thanks for tagging me, Greg and Alan, or Alan and Greg. I am part of the Potember, October, or whatever it's called. Sorry, to read Poe during October, but I just haven't been able to. Well, actually, I packed all my Poe away anyway, so. But hopefully I'll be back and up running, obviously, by next year, and be able to participate in that. But again, thank you, and also just last thing to say, like I say, my GoFundMe link is below, and my PayPal link. And thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.